Hoochie Coochie Man. I am. Very cool tune. Muddy Waters. I'm Red, and I'm here today courtesy of TrueFire, bringing you a in-depth look at the song Hoochie Coochie Man. The song, I did a little research. I checked out a few different versions, and you will definitely find different versions. And this is a song that you're going to run into at jam sessions, and versions are going to be different. Some of the main variations I've noticed is in the actual bass line, which is kind of the hook line for the song. I've seen that played a few different ways, but what I'm playing there is as close to the original as my ear can get me. I've seen different keys, different feels. I've seen some funkier feels to it, and actually by Muddy Waters, a couple different versions, some of his live versions. The one was real funky and really kind of cool, but I stuck more with the traditional one. He's been doing it in A, from what I can tell. A lot of times I've noticed at jam sessions I find it in the key of E, so it must be a comfortable key for vocalists. But regardless, it's a pretty easy tune to play in just about any key. It's a 1-4-5. It's got that little signature lick. And the way I'm doing that lick is, down here, I'm just playing an A chord, but I'm really just kind of playing the power chord, root third and fifth. And then I'm doing that lick. The lick actually starts on the C. A little bending action in there. But you could also do the lick, like on the bass, what I was doing was up here. Same thing, it just seemed a little more comfortable on the bass. So, that's an alternative. I've also noticed versions where you have the lick and then it stops except for the drums. Then other times I notice where the bass and the guitar will keep it going, Or so, when it comes to these kind of things, it's important to listen to the other musicians around you and, work together. So that's kind of a key. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the track. I'm going to demonstrate, there's not a lot to the rhythm here. I guess you could bang some chords, but I'm going to roll the track. I'm going to play around with a few different rhythm things. It's primarily just going to be that lick. Then I'll talk about it, and then we'll move on to some lead. Oh, one other thing I will point out. In the solo, at least on the original version, it changes the progression. It stops doing that, that lick, and it goes into a regular shuffle with a fast 4. Here we are doing these verses with that long 1, and then on the solo, they go to a fast 4, and they change the progression a little bit. So something to watch out for. Again, listen to the other musicians around you, and that's the key. So this is the verse section. Then that other way I was showing you. Okay, other than that, if you just wanted to bang a chord, so you could do something there. Now, when it comes to this, you can do this here. But you could also, I'm going to just back up the track a little bit. Let me, a little further back, here we go. Okay, it's going to come into that 4 chord. Now I'm going to show you if I was just to play chords rather than the traditional blues thing. Just 9 chords. 6 sliding scissors. Back to the 1 with sliding scissors. So you see you have options, but with a song like this, you're not going to have a lot of options because, you know, it's really based around that lick. Okay, now, you know, if you wanted to talk now to move and talk about lead, okay, if you wanted to do leads during the verse or over a verse section, it's going to be a little different than the standard solo, you know, over the different pattern. If you're going to do fills, you know, if you got one guitar already doing a lick, you know, and you want to do something that contributes, you could just follow the lick. Gypsy woman told my ma before I was... You just get the idea. You can do fills. You get the idea. If you're going to play lead, or if you're going to play fills, then you have to be very careful not to step on the vocalist. And, you know, if the band keeps that same pattern for the lead, then you're going to have to, you know, solo so that it, you know, it matches up to that. But here is what you will generally get for the lead. And let's see if I can show you. Okay, this is like a chorus right after a verse, and coming up after this, I believe, will be the lead. Cool lick there to have. Okay, so you get the idea. I was playing minor pentatonic for the most part there. I did go into the BB box, the major pentatonic. You know, your minor pentatonic right down here, 6-string root. You can do a lot of your blues licks right there. You can also, you know, something I really like to do to mix these things together is I'll mix some minor pentatonic and some of the BB box, you know, the major pentatonic together. And while I'm right here, I'm set right up for that, you know, that over-the-top Albert King bend. So you see, they're right next to each other, going from major to minor pentatonic without even moving. So that's a cool thing that you can do in there. You know, I don't see any sense in giving you a whole bunch of licks. It's minor pentatonic, so, you know, just, you know, create some nice stuff using a minor pentatonic, you know, and look for chord tones to add in there. You know, use passing tones. You know, but I think, you know, for the most part, if you want to sound traditional in a song like this, you're going to have to stay real close to the minor pentatonic. Anyway, I'm Red, courtesy of TrueFire, and I will see you again soon with another song.